Hello and welcome to the news from Bahrain Television with Esther Galoom. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa ratified 3 laws for this year, namely Law 52 approving the GCC animal welfare system, Law 53 approving the amended Protocol of Aviation Transport Agreement between the governments of Bahrain and France, and Law 54 approving the GCC system for ozone-depleting substances. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a letter of appreciation to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander and First Deputy Premier Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. In the letter, His Majesty the King expressed his keen appreciation to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince for taking responsibility for the national dialogue discussions on the political theme. His Majesty also expressed complete trust in Bahrain citizens as they prepare to take part in upcoming parliamentary elections in order to achieve the best interests of the kingdom towards further progress and prosperity. His Majesty the King praised the significant efforts and patriotism of loyal Bahraini families and social figures for their immense support and participation in the democratic march. His Majesty King Hamad also expressed his appreciation to the Bahraini government under the wise leadership of His Royal Highness the Prime Minister Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa for its efforts in maintaining the hard-earned achievements of the homeland. In his letter to His Majesty the King, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander and First Deputy Premier Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa outlined national dialogue discussions on the political theme and possible implementations in the next term of the legislative authority. His Royal Highness pledged loyalty to His Majesty the King and confirmed his commitment to following His Majesty's orders for the best interest of Bahrain. In the letter, His Royal Highness said he had met with members of Bahraini families and social figures who expressed their support for the upcoming parliamentary elections and their satisfaction with the results of the national dialogue. His Royal Highness added these efforts were aimed at achieving the best interests of the kingdom and ensuring stability for Bahrain's future towards further progress and prosperity in line with the reform and development march led by His Majesty the King. The Crown Prince commended the responsible patriotism of all parties participating in the national dialogue and their understanding that joint action is needed if the kingdom is to make further achievements. In 2011, His Majesty the King gave directives for holding a national consensus dialogue in line with the kingdom's democratic and reform approach, which resulted in implementation of 290 of the dialogue's recommendations, including constitutional amendments. In 2013, His Majesty the King directed that the national dialogue should continue in the political theme, and these sessions continued without achieving tangible results. His Majesty assigned His Royal Highness the Crown Prince to hold meetings with the concerned parties to find ways of overcoming challenges and finalising an agenda. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince ordered the Minister of the Royal Court to hold bilateral meetings with the different parties taking part in the dialogue to discuss the agenda. After these meetings and putting together the views of all parties, a team was established to discuss the technical issues of these views and recommendations, and a series of bilateral meetings was held to find common ground. These steps were taken to reinforce national gains and achieve more development and prosperity for the kingdom.